Hello, I'm Adriana. I'm a Master Soul Path teacher and guide. And today I have just a quick message. This is some guidance from the higher self to give you a little more information and perhaps give you a new perspective about the future. So let's go ahead and see what's going on. Not sure if I just mentioned, but this is just going to be a 3-card reading, unless I'm told otherwise. Come here. All right, I've got 444 right here. I've got the Death card, which is 4 of Cups, and 4, the card, the Major Arcana, the Emperor. So this is an angel number you've been seeing, 444. Even before I get into the spread, I just want to take a second to talk about that, because 4 is the number of stability, of foundation, of making sure that everything is done correctly, one step at a time, that you're not skipping any steps, that you're really putting things together exactly the right way so that more can be built. 4 is a builder number, and like an architect. And so we're building certain structures, whether that is structures in your daily routine or structures in your interactions with another person, or even what you're doing in your business, making sure that you've got all the structures in place. And 444 resonates with number 12, which condenses to a 3. So this is about the creation, actively creating these structures. And so I feel like this is also an affirmation from the universe that yes, you are on the right track. You have been creating. You're going to start seeing the effects of what you've been creating. So it's like reaping what you've been sowing. But our Death card is in the subconscious, and the conscious is the 4 of Cups, and the Emperor is in the future. And I can't think of a better progression here. So Death card in the subconscious, this resonates with the energy of Scorpio. And your subconscious is recognizing that this is truly a time of transformation and of letting go of the past once and for all. And the Death card also, even though it's the death of the old, it's bringing new light. So you're bringing a new sense of self, or you're bringing a new stage of your soul growth to fruition right now. And I think, I just did a reading in a different deck, and the Death card was in the subconscious as well. So there is a deeper sense of transformation going on. And I think this must be touching at the kind of cosmic or fifth dimensional level, that this is truly a change, a deep, profound change from the way we were to the way we're going to be. And there's a lot of uncertainty with change. There's a lot of unknown. There can be a lot of fear. And if you're finding a lot of anxiety or fears that seem unfounded kind of cropping up right now, that's normal, because on a very deep, imperceptible level, your soul it's ready for this change. It's like it's going through these rituals, knowing that things are about to change. And we're not really conscious of what those rituals are, but it's like your soul has seen this kind of big change before, maybe in a past life. And so it's like getting ready for it, it's welcoming it. But because we don't really understand, I don't think you've ever had such a big change as what you're about to experience in this particular lifetime, because you're only kind of feeling the echoes of that change coming up through cells, like your cells talking to you in cell memory. You don't quite know how to decode it, and it's coming up through anxiety, it's coming up through worry or fear. And hopefully just knowing that this is what's going on is going to help calm some of that down, that it's normal. And so I just want to go back and make sure I was clear about that. Your cells, even though you're in this life, still have memories of your past lives. And when something happens in our current life to trigger some of those cell memories, we experience things that don't make any sense to us. Sometimes it can be an aversion to someone or something, or it can be the other side, an affinity for something that you have no idea how to do, but it's just completely easy for you. It can also be trauma. We tend to store a lot of trauma. So when triggers seem over the top, it's likely that a cell memory is also involved in that trigger, because cell memory, our soul is trying to resolve something. And so we may not be, this isn't our first rodeo with it, but we haven't resolved it. So all of that brokenness in the cells is still within. So I hope that hasn't confused you. The point is that your soul is recognizing we're about to go on this adventure. We're about to go through this transformation. It's like they see us going into the tunnel at the fun fair, and they're buckling the seatbelt and they're putting us in. And we're kind of feeling that, but we don't understand what it is. So, Four of Cups, you're looking inward, and this is really a wonderful alignment here, because you're saying, all right, what's going on here? You're trying to make sense of the what's coming up, the anxiety, the fear, the feeling of like, I just don't get this. You're saying, okay, well, what am I learning here? What can I let go of? What can I keep? This is also really a card to remind you to go inside and meditate, to go inside and self-reflect. And I think that there are some big realizations that you're going to have. And I think if you really go into that quiet space, your soul is going to talk to you a bit more about what this change really is and how it's going to be, what you're going to feel like. I think if you make this space for your soul to talk to you. So this is about getting really quiet, getting out of this, getting out of the mind trying to sort this out, and just letting your soul talk to you. And you may find that it doesn't speak specifically in that meditation, but that you start to see little signs or glimmers, like I talked about with the 444. You might start to see little synchronicities, and that's just your soul saying to you, hey, look, something special is about to happen. Because in the future, we have Emperor, which is mastery over the physical domain. And this is like that master builder. Usually that's number 22, but we don't really have 22 decks. I mean, 22, we don't have a number 22 in the tarot. So we have to go with the condensed number. And the Emperor is the culmination of everything that you've been learning, that the wisdom that comes through the Emperor. It's also the rootedness and the groundedness in a sense of purpose, in a sense of place. And it's a special rootedness that you have never experienced before. And it's the ability to create. Again, we were talking about the 4s and the 3s and the structure and all that. It's the ability to create a really stable, secure future for yourself. Whether you're trying to do this financially, with a job, with another person, within yourself spiritually, this is what you're working towards. This is what the point of this is. This is why the change is happening. Because from this moment forward, it's adding. And when you're going through a lot of shadow work, there's a lot of subtracting, right? You're looking at the shadow, you're looking at what created the shadow, you're trying to resolve it so you can release it and remove it. That's kind of like subtraction, right? But in this place of Emperor stability, you want to be able to only build positive in the future. So instead of having to build and then take it down and build and take it down and build and take it down, this is no, here's where I'm starting. I'm just going to keep building higher and higher and higher and higher. And I mean that metaphorically in your sense of spiritual self. Okay, this isn't about continuing to empower and disempower, or step forward and be quiet, or step forward and step back. It's not this disassembling that has been happening through this death card period. It's truly the attrition, or the the building on. And I don't want to say expanding this way, but it's expanding this way. Okay. So, you know, I'm very guilty of this. I'll build a website, I'll tear it down. I'll build a website, I'll tear it down. If I were reading, if I'm not myself and I'm listening to this video, reading this, I would say, be understanding, okay, build one website, make it as good as you can, listening to all the cues from the inside, and then grow from there. Stop tearing down websites. Do the next step. Do the next step past that. Keep going. Just keep climbing, because that website, now that I've figured out all this other stuff that I've learned from tearing down the old websites, is that secure foundation now, is good enough for now. So where you are headed is good enough for now. You don't have to keep tearing it down and reinventing it. This is it. This is the stability for the future. Okay, anything else? Okay. Two of Cups. And this card keeps coming out a lot for me recently. So you're coming back to balance. This is coming back to harmony. Remember, 2 plus 2 is 4. So the building block of 4 starts with the 2. I guess it could be the 1 and 3 as well, but we were just talking about master number 22. 2 plus 2 is 4. So what are we really talking about here? That we're at a moment where we are learning and mastering how to truly blend the dualities, male and female, good and bad, right and wrong, up and down. And okay, this is a reminder that throughout all this practicality, there's still a spiritual foundation for what you're doing. And I think the Emperor is that energy where the spiritual foundation and the material world kind of come together, and they start to gel, they start to blend. Okay, so remember that underneath this all, the dolphins at the bottom of the card here, remember that underneath this all is a more expansive, cosmic, connected energy bringing all of this together. Okay, this isn't just the self-building to do it. This is guidance from the universe working through you to create these structures. So this is bigger than just getting your life sorted out or figuring this out for one person. This is more. This is cosmic flow coming down to sacred order. Okay, and it is from there that we can begin to build this new future. All right. Thank you so much for joining me for this reading. I really do appreciate your engagement with this channel and with this energy. It brings my heart so much joy to do this, and I love speaking to your heart as well. If you are looking for more guidance, or you'd like a one-on-one reading to just kind of see where things are, please reach out. My information is in the description below, soulguidancewithaudriana.com, and I'll look forward to seeing you soon.